This is one of those stories you tell people for years. I have been a mechanical engineer for about 7 years, and I usually handle the more complex engine rebuilds in our shop because I am meticulous about things like GBC gaskets and proper bolt tension. A few months ago, we got a new supervisor who thought he was a genius at cutting costs and decided that my habit of using blue thread locker and extra high-temp sealant on every build was a waste of company resources. He actually stood there and told me that if the basic rebuild kit didn't come with it, then the factory didn't want it there, and I was just wasting money to make myself feel better. He made it very clear that any supplies used outside of the standard kit would be flagged as a performance issue. So I decided to give him exactly what he wanted. I had a major rebuild come in for one of his personal acquaintances, and I followed the kit instructions to the absolute letter. No thread locker on the internal bolts, and not a single dab of extra sealant in the corners where the aluminum blocks usually weep. I even skipped the extra assembly lube I normally use because the kit only provided a tiny packet that was barely enough for the journals. My supervisor actually walked by while I was finishing up and praised how clean the engine looked since there wasn't any visible sealant oozing from the seams like I usually have on my work. The fallout happened about 3 weeks later when the car was towed back in with a destroyed timing system. The lack of thread locker combined with the vibrations of the engine caused several bolts to back out, and the whole thing basically shredded itself from the inside out. When a supervisor tried to blame my poor craftsmanship, I just pulled up a shop log that showed I used 0 extra supplies just like he ordered. The owner of the shop ended up losing it on him because the cost of a secondary repair was double what we made on the first job. Now I am back to using my wasteful supplies, and the supervisor isn't allowed to talk to me about my parts list anymore.